Have you been in a high stress situation lately? I would bet you have. These days, they come quite often. And the thing that can be a little upsetting is, did we rise to the challenge? And if maybe you did it in that moment. Recently, I was having a conversation with someone and I defaulted into past behavior, past patterns, things that are not aligned with the type of leader that I am choosing to be, a leader of resilience, a leader of clarity, a leader of wisdom. And I decided to create a tool for myself, and that's what I'm sharing in this video today. Hello, my name is Elena Ayo Spratley, and I am a design strategist that is focused on helping teams and individuals with becoming their most resilient selves. So whatever you are currently working on right now, you are one of the core elements in your experience in that thing. So yes, I think you should listen up just a little bit to see if this could be a tool you could leverage for yourself. And so because we know that our thoughts and our emotions drive our behavior, it's important to think about what could happen if maybe we had a filter or maybe we had a measure so that we could actually see how we are behaving out in the world. Because, sometimes we'll be doing things from that emotional place, from that mental place, and not taking a moment to check back in with what we know to be true for ourselves. And so that's where the self-agreements come in. And so the self-agreements are a standard that we can hold for ourselves. And I myself created a set for myself that I'm sharing with you today. All right. So here's my first one. I'm open to opportunity. What this looks like in action is that I'll seek the perspectives of other people before I'm deciding on a solution. And so not other people, but multiple perspectives, because sometimes it's really about going into my past, trusting my intuition, reading the data. And so making sure that I'm opening myself up to what's possible, and not just only focused in one direction. My second agreement is I apply what I know and understand. It sounds simple, I know. And there's multiple times that I've noticed myself not trusting my own expertise and not paying attention to the data. Like, I was releasing newsletters every 2 weeks for my email newsletter folks. And I realized, I'm not having the conversion that I thought I would have. And as of right now, because of that data, I can apply what I now know and understand. I have decided to move to a monthly format, and that's all right because I've allowed that information to guide me. And then finally, I always do my best. I took this from Don Miguel Ruiz's 4 Agreements. And what I love about thinking about, okay, I'll do my best. Each day, my best is a little bit different, and that's okay. It's more important that I have a sustainable, high integrity mode that I am operating in. And so these 3 self-agreements that I've created for myself are something that I now pause, especially when I am in a more heightened emotional state or in a piece of stress, and I have these to fall back on. Am I being open in this moment, or am I being contracted and closed? Am I applying what I know and I understand, or am I operating just from the fear that I'm feeling? And am I doing my best, or am I shrinking and trying to back away into that bush like Homer Simpson did, just like that? So when you're inside of a calm state, possibly you are right now would be a great time to write some of your own self-agreements and do an experiment for yourself. So the leadership experiment is to write your own protocol. So what are you interested in creating for yourself? That kind of gives you a nice little anchor. What do you know about yourself? What are some things you often do? Like you're maybe not delegating things often enough, or you're not letting people know that you need support. And so you can write out your own agreements to support you with the things you've noticed you're challenged with often. I am open to support. I delegate to support my ability to take action. These statements aren't affirmations, they're actionable agreements that you make with yourself that you can leverage to see where you are on the barometer of the types of behavior you want to engage in and the types of behavior you don't want to engage in, and also a filter for maybe there's a thought brewing there to do a particular thing and you can check yourself. Well, I was just about to breeze on past my needs and concerns, but I made an agreement with myself that I will share my needs and my concerns. And so while we go through our job searches, we lead our teams, while we are working on our projects, whatever we are doing, we need to be able to have these relationships with ourselves where we're building trust and moving forward inside of an internal safety and resilience and strength and bravery with ourselves, because you choosing to delegate today is different than that you from yesterday. So that's brave. And I love that for you. Thank you for joining me for a quick moment. I hope that this inspired you. I hope that you take on this experiment. Be sure to go to the full-length article on LinkedIn and the Resilient Leader newsletter if you want to read this in more detail. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Leave in the comments what your agreement is. If you want to go deeper, grab my journal, Relax and Remix. See you next time.